Hey, future IELTS champs. You ready to take your IELTS speaking test prep to the next level?
Today we're going deep on a mock speaking test.
And get this, we're focusing on something most people overlook.
We'll simulate the whole thing word for word so you can hear exactly how it works.
Think of it as your own personal IELTS training ground. So let's dive into part one, the introduction and interview. So this is the first section of the speaking test. It's designed to be conversational. It's about familiar topics. What do you do in your free time? What are your hobbies? And just getting to know the candidate.
And it's a good chance for the candidate to warm up, get comfortable with the examiner in the setting.
Yeah, for sure. So let's listen to our candidate, Aria, tackle this first part of the test.
All right, let's see what she's got.
All right, Aria, let's start with some questions about your leisure time. What do you like to do in your leisure time?
In my free time, I love reading novels, especially thrillers and mysteries. They keep me engaged and help me unwind. I also enjoy going for walks in the park. It gives me a chance to clear my mind and get some fresh air. Sometimes I meet up with friends at a cafe or try out a new recipe at home. These activities help me relax and recharge after a busy week.
Do you think people have enough free time nowadays?
That's an interesting question. I think it really depends on their lifestyle and job. Many people with demanding jobs or family responsibilities struggle to find free time, don't they? With the rise of remote work, some people can manage. It's very important to me. Spending time outdoors, especially in nature, helps me feel more relaxed and refreshed. I think fresh air and natural surroundings have a positive effect on my mood. Even a short walk outside can make a big difference, especially if I've been indoors for a long time.
Now, Aria's going to ask the examiner a question. So this is part of the simulation of the test where the candidate asks the examiner a question.
Speaking of free time, do you have any hobbies that you enjoy in your leisure time?
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Aria's first question to the examiner.
That's a great way to show engagement. Keep that conversation flowing.
Yeah, it's a good way to show that she's, comfortable with the examiner and that she's able to, participate in the conversation.
Exactly. And it shows, she's not just passively answering questions, she's actively engaging.
Right.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see how the examiner responds to that question in part two.
Okay, sounds good. I'm interested to see how the examiner responds to that question from Aria.
Yeah, me too. But let's move on to part two. Now, this is the long turn. So Aria is going to be given a topic, and she has 1 minute to prepare a 1 to 2 minute talk.
Okay, so this is where things get a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, definitely. This is where they really want to see, can she organize her thoughts under pressure? Can she deliver a coherent and fluent response?
Yeah, and it's also a chance for her to show off her vocabulary and grammar.
Right. So the prompt that she's going to be given is to describe an organization or a company that she knows well. So she needs to talk about its size, whether she thinks it's successful, what the working environment's like, and why she chose to talk about this particular company.
Okay, sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but you only have 1 minute to prepare, so.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time.
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
So let's listen to the prompt and then we'll hear Aria's response.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Aria. Now let's move on to part two. You'll have 1 minute to prepare and then you can speak for up to 2 minutes. Here's your prompt. Describe an organization or a company that you know well. You should say how big it is, whether you think it's successful, and what you can say about the working environment there, and explain why you chose to talk about this company.
I'd like to talk about a company I admire called XYZ Tech. It's a large multinational company with thousands of employees worldwide, mainly focused on technology and innovation. They're known for their cutting-edge software solutions and have a reputation for being highly successful. They consistently release popular products and services that meet the needs of both businesses and consumers. I believe their success comes from a combination of strong leadership innovation and an ability to adapt to changes in the tech industry. The working environment at XYZ Tech is very dynamic and inclusive. They emphasize teamwork and personal development, and employees have access to state-of-the-art facilities. I chose this company because I think they set a great example of how a positive work culture and a commitment to innovation can lead to sustained success.
So Aria's done with her little presentation there about XYZ Tech.
I wonder what the examiner is going to say.
Yeah, let's find out in part three.
Okay, so for part three, this is the discussion section, right?
Yeah, this is the final part of the speaking test.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the most challenging one. They really want to see, can she handle these more abstract and complex questions?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's about going beyond, just describing things, about expressing your opinions and, supporting your arguments.
Exactly. So let's see how Arya does with this final hurdle.
All right, I'm excited to see.
Okay, Arya, now let's discuss some related topics in part 3, focusing on aspects of companies and work culture. What factors do you think contribute to a company's success?
I believe there are several factors, including strong leadership, employee satisfaction, and customer focus. A successful company usually has leaders who make strategic decisions and inspire their teams. Additionally, companies that treat their employees well and create a positive work environment tend to be more productive. Finally, understanding customer needs and adapting to changing demands is crucial as it keeps the company relevant and competitive.
How important is company culture in attracting new employees?
Company culture is extremely important when it comes to attracting talent. Many people today look for more than just a paycheck. They want to work in an environment where they feel valued, have opportunities for growth, and can maintain a work-life balance. A positive, inclusive culture can be a major factor in an applicant's decision to join a company, especially for younger generations who prioritize well-being and career satisfaction.
Do you think all companies should focus on social responsibility?
Yes, I think social responsibility is important for companies of all sizes. Companies have the resources and influence to make a difference, whether it's through environmentally friendly practices or community support. When a company is socially responsible, it not only benefits society, but can also improve the company's reputation. Customers and employees are often drawn to brands that show a genuine commitment to social issues, which can enhance loyalty and trust.
Would you prefer to work for a large company or a small one?
Personally, I think both have their benefits, but I would prefer working in a larger company. Large companies often offer more resources, structured training, and chances to work on high-impact projects. There's also usually more room for career progression and the possibility to work with colleagues from different backgrounds, which I find appealing. However, small companies can offer a more personal experience with closer teamwork and possibly more direct input into decisions.
And that's it. That's our deep dive into Arya's IELTS speaking test simulation.
Wow, I'm really impressed with Arya. She did a great job throughout the whole test.
Me too.
Yeah.
She was so fluent and coherent, and she had some really interesting things to say.
Yeah, and I really liked how she engaged with the examiner by asking those questions.
Yeah, me too. It shows she's confident and that she's really thinking about the topics.
Right, it's like she's having a real conversation.
Exactly. So for all of you out there preparing for the IELTS speaking test, take note. Arya is a great example of how to do it right.
Yeah, definitely. She's set the bar high.
All right, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
Sounds good.